College game day on Saturday. I saw you were there with the team, with Coach Savage from baseball. How big was that just for the school as a whole, your program, all the other teams that aren't football?
Well, I just think, look, any time that in athletics, our general job, right, is to be a window for the world, and in most cases, for the rest of the country to see your university. And that's part of the point. We're a marketing arm for our university. So anytime, you always want to have. That's how I look at my job, at least. So if people bring up UCLA basketball or UCLA athletics, it's for a window into the university. So anytime you can have more people on your campus and people can, we can do our job to shed a light on our university, it's great. Our team in particular, just an opportunity for them to have fun. Something to do Saturday morning to have some fun. That's it. It's all good for them. They've earned it. They've earned it. So I just want them to have fun with it. And I wanted them on TV. You guys get enough of me, and I get enough of you. So it's good for them.
Did you get a chance to taste the Fat Tiger?
As you can see, I've been trying to get in shape. So I have stayed away from the Fat Tiger because I don't want to look like the fat coach. I did go over the ingredients. So we have, and Tiger, we have had Fat Tigers for the guys. So I'd say the Fat Tiger probably should be trailed by the ambulance. Or at least a number to the cardiologist. My buddy, Dr. Sheeman. He is the best cardiologist in the nation at UCLA Medical. Yeah. Let me know I got his number. Hopefully you need it on this meeting.
Or maybe a pillow and a blanket, Coach, after that sandwich?
Pillow and a blanket or an ambulance. Yeah. Straight to UCLA cardiology, man. Like 2,500 calories.
How many of those ingredients did you approve?
None. They're approved for young people that burn calories.
So I think you said Peyton Watson had made a big jump from when he first got here within 2 weeks. How's he jumped from when we talked to you probably 2 weeks ago to now? Is he still making marked improvements?
Every day. Yes. And I don't think it'll stop for Peyton. And again, I think, again, to me, like Johnny in my mind was a freshman last year without an off season, same as Jalen Clark. So we were a young team and that went through losses of players. And I try to caution people, all the time, how, like, as we do these every week, the rest of the year, who you are one week does not mean that's who you're going to be. I think, and I get it. I root for teams as well. You watch somebody play, and, they're not going to be any good. Let's wait and see. You get better, especially when you're younger. So in Peyton's case, it's just a matter of him getting up to speed. He's gained at least 20 pounds, I would say. You probably ask him, but he's close to 210. So he's more explosive. He's able to hold his ground more. His knowledge, talking about a kid didn't get a senior year in high school either. But he does things every day in practice that you just don't see other people do. Like the other day, he had 8 assists, 1 turnover, and he also had like 4 block shots that like 3 of them, usually as a coach, you're standing there, you can see things coming, and it's like, you don't see that every day. And so, I mean, he can get beat, recover, and make plays that just other guys can't make in college basketball, which is why he is where he is on every draft board, and he should be. So, and his attitude is great. He lets me coach him, so that helps. He can deal with it. He can deal with me getting upset, and he plays harder for it. So your rate of improvement is the last thing, Trace, is when you have aptitude, you can apply what you're being taught quickly, and it speeds up your rate of improvement. So he's a really intelligent kid. He's got tremendous aptitude. So when you teach him things, he applies them quickly, which has definitely sped up his rate of improvement. But he's still going to have, first game will be different than practices. So I would expect him to just continue to get better as the season went on.
One more question related. I know when you're out there recruiting, you're emphasizing what type of coach you are, and you're pretty straight with the players. You get generally a good impression of the guys you're recruiting. But then when they come into practice, they're on campus, you have to be a little bit wondering, like, are these guys actually going to be able to take my coaching? How has he done, and Miles Johnson, would you say?
Oh, they've been awesome. You know, I think Miles is, it's been fun for him because he's included more offensively here, especially in workouts. We spend a lot of time on our individual workouts, trying to, I think that's been a difference for him. You know, us trying to force him to get better on offense, not just accept that he's a defender. I think he's enjoyed that. So, you know, as far as coaching, I think it's the fact that you had to ask me that is a sad testament to where the world is today. You know, that if you actually are going to coach somebody and help them get better, that can somebody deal with that is really a sad testament that we're even at a point. And I know why you asked me. Trust me, I know, I get it. But it's really a sad testament because, so the answer is I want guys that are humble enough to realize that they do need to improve. No matter how many people on the summer scene told them they were a pro. That they, you know, even if you are the great Kobe Bryant, that he improved throughout his career. And he was who he was because he was smart enough to know that he could get better. And he wanted people to get him better. So guys that don't feel that way, they're not really on our recruiting list.
Peyton, offensively, how might he contribute?
Points, assists, offensive rebounds. Is there another offensive stat? Did I miss anything?
No turnover?
He had 8 to 1 the other day. I mean, the thing about Peyton offensively is he handles the ball like a point guard. And he has vision. So, you know, when he gets in the paint, he's a problem because he can see the whole court with his size. And it just makes your offense better. He also, obviously, he can really finish. But if you overhelp, he can, not only does he see open people with his size, he can get it to them, a la like an Alonzo Ball could, having played against him. You know, guys with that kind of size and vision are a problem for defenses. And he continues to improve his shooting. It's something we spend a lot of time on with him.
His explosiveness, is it at a different level than the guys already here?
Yeah, his ability to get up quick with his length, you know, makes him a shot blocker on the wing. Like I said, he's blocked some shots. He blocked some shots the other day. It was impressive. So, but again, I think the biggest thing for him, just any freshman though, no matter how much talent you have, is you've never had to practice this hard or play this hard every day. You know, and that's the adjustment. Going hard all the time and paying attention all the time. The physicality's nonstop. So once you can get there, then the fact that you have elite pro talent can consistently take over. But until you can get your intensity, practice speed, game speed, your mental being able to focus, because they just never have been challenged like that in those areas until they get to this level. So, and that's why I say he's really improved in those areas, being able to practice the whole time at the full speed, pay attention all the time, deal with physicality. Those three things, that's why I said he'll get better as the year goes on, because he'll continue to, he won't be tired. He won't get beat up. He'll know he's going to get pushed. Get used to paying attention all the time. You know, as he gets to that point, you know, those are just your weaknesses for all freshmen. But as he eliminates those, and it's just a matter of raw ability, he's got plenty.
It must feel like forever since you've had fans in Pauley playing the game, Coach.
Still does, year and a half, really.
Game day must have, you know, the excitement of it must have got you even more excited for a home game with fans in it.
Yeah, I mean, I said, you know, it was last year I think it helped us when we got to Indianapolis, just that there were some fans there. I think it helped all the Pac-12 teams, to be honest, because we were all so used to playing in empty arenas. I think there was a level of excitement for our players. It was like oh my gosh, you know, there's people cheering up there. I mean, we didn't even have cheerleaders. You know, they're piping in fake ambient noise. It was, you know, it's like you're doing the best you can. But for you know, again, it's for the kids, for all of us, you know, because it's you don't want to have to ever fight through that again. That was rough. I mean, it was better than not playing for these guys, their career, their window opportunities, not huge. But, yeah, you don't, not even close to the same. So, I'm sure our guys, their excitement level is tremendous on that. I'm sure they would tell you that.
With all the big name programs you guys are playing this fall, do you think this is going to be the toughest non-conference schedule you've ever had to coach against?
I don't know. Tough to say. I don't really look back. You know, I'm like blinkers on going forward, like a few of my horses, although a few go backwards. I would say, you know, at the end of the day, I just speak to UCLA. You know, your goal is to get the program, like I told you guys, you know, back to where it's, you know, where we're at. And, you know, part of that, if you're at UCLA, you got to recruit guys that want to play these games. You know, our guy, you know, anybody that comes as a coach here or play here understands expectations are part of it. But you also, you're running towards it. Like, you know, our guys, they want to play Villanova. I mean, you know, heck, you know, they want to scrimmage a great team. You know, not that I can talk about it, but, you know, I mean, they want all that stuff. You know, it's just part, you know, that's part of being here. So I think that, you know, that won't change for us. I don't know if that's, I'd have to ask you guys. I mean, I don't know if is it different than it's been a lot? I don't know.
Yeah,
Yes.
very much.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Usually one of those 3 games per year.
Kind of have a rep as having a little bit of a soft non-conference schedule.
I do know, you know, the hardest, and we're working on it for next year, the hardest part of scheduling, I think people on the outside don't realize, is somebody else has to agree. You know, you can't just say, hey, guess what, you know, I want to play Team X and call them, and they say, okay. You know, they got to have openings, you got to have, you know, they got to feel like it's equitable, you know, it makes sense, depends on their schedule, who's going to start home, are you going to play home and home, you know, who's going to be away first. So we're working on it for next year, you know, because obviously Marquette rotates off for us. We have a gap in our Villanova, so next year, you know, we don't return for 2 years. Like that's how we had to make that work. They wanted a gap year, so it's complicated.
How much is based on your own relationship with the coach?
Sometimes that helps. You know, but again, it's got to make sense. And what's happened to make it tougher is the leagues have all gone to 20-game schedules.
Yeah.
And then you have Big Ten teams that have the ACC challenge, they have the Gavitt challenge, so they got 22 built in. You know, you gotta pay the bills for your university, so you gotta have 19 or so home games. You know, so you gotta buy some wins. That doesn't leave many. You know, especially when you're in a multi-team event. So it's tough, and then you know, again, you're trying to match up how good your team's going to be. You know, which is even tougher now with the transfers. Guys are scared to death because, you know, you can schedule it and the other guy gets 7 transfers like Texas, and you think, well, maybe they were going to be rebuilding in 21, 22, and all of a sudden they get 7 transfers, and it didn't work out. So a lot of coaches like to wait until the spring to work on stuff like that. So it's just, scheduling is 1 and 1A with recruiting, importance to your program, but it's just as hard. And I know that's hard for people. How can scheduling be that hard? It's that hard.
I don't know much about horse racing, but is your horse possibly?
No, don't even say it.
Kentucky Derby?
No, gosh, no. She's just the one you're talking about that won the other day. No, I wish. Not even close.
Are there like tons of levels of?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Are you just afraid Ben's kind of just jinxing it?
No,
okay.
she's a nice little horse, and that's it. Yeah. Trust me, no. I would let you, I would tell you.
How many do you have total?
Too many. You gotta, I have partners, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And one of them's Bruin Magic?
Bruin Magic is yet to run, so.
Okay.
Let's hope he runs someday. It's something for fun, but that's it. It's not the most economical decision I've ever made. Right? I can assure you of that.